Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in Jew. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. And welcome to the DCEU Extra. And it's over to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Along through the years, Black Adam has been with me for over 10 years now. And that gives you an idea of how passionate I am about this project, how passionate our $7 is about this project. Warner Brothers, New Line Cinemas, DC, they have been so incredibly supportive over the years. I mean, this is over 10 years. In 2008 is when we first started talking about this. So it has required a patience by all of us as partners. And, you know, I'm a much different man and an actor than I was 10 years ago. And I felt 10 years ago that even then, 10 years ago, I just wanted to wait for the timing to feel right. And it feels like now, the man that I've become, I'm able to bring a little bit of my own life lessons and philosophies and ingrain them in the DNA of this character. And as those of you who follow the mythology of Black Adam and in the comics, which is millions of you, and for those of you who don't know, Black Adam, there's a lot of deep layers to Black Adam. He is a man who is, his constitution and his wiring and his makeup is one of resolve, and it is one of a boundless anchor, if you will. And he started off as a slave. There's some dark elements to Black Adam. And, you know, one of the things that I really loved about the character of Black Adam is that he was blessed by the wizards, by the gods, for powers, and his powers equal that of Superman, which automatically, you know, makes him intriguing to me. But he was also bestowed a equalizing power, and that equalizing power is magic, which is certainly Superman's weakness. And I'm not setting up a showdown between Black Adam and Superman. Maybe down the road. But right now, I'm just giving you guys context for those of you who don't know on how powerful Black Adam is.
Very, very interesting. I'm going to read you an article from Heroic Hollywood in a minute, who try and make this look like this means that Superman won't actually be in this Black Adam movie. But if you listen to what he says, is I'm not trying to tease a showdown between Black Adam and Superman. Maybe a little bit down the road, he goes, but right now I'm talking about Black Adam. So it doesn't mean that Superman isn't actually in this movie. But everyone else is going to try and make it sound like he's putting the kibosh about Superman being in this movie. Now, there's a part 2 to this video. So let's look for it. Let's look for it. Where are we? Where are we? So, yes, this is part 2 of the video. So we are going to listen to that and then talk about this. This is brilliant.
Powerful Black Adam is. And one of the most interesting things about Black Adam to me is the fact that when you compare him to Superman, Superman believes in truth and justice. And everyone gets their due process, even the bad guys who've done a lot of damage and harm to the world. And Superman believes in bringing them to justice, and then if justice is served properly, the bad guys go to jail. In the case of Black Adam, who is a supervillain, who then became a anti-hero. By the way, our first version of Black Adam is going to be his origin stories. So we're going to understand where he came from as he made his way to becoming Black Adam. But the difference is, you know, with Black Adam, if you wrong Black Adam and if you wrong his family, if you harm his family, or if you harm his people, then he's not going to send you to jail. He's going to rip you in half. Literally. Bang! He's going to rip you in half. It's kind of dark. But again, that's the core of who Black Adam is. So I'm very excited about Black Adam. Our director is going to be John.
This is very, very exciting, just listening to the man's passion about this project. A virus has taken over the world, right? And this is what the guy is. This guy is just passionate about filmmaking, but I've never seen him so passionate about a movie before. And I've been following this guy for a very, very, very long time. And I'm so excited that he's involved in this project, that he's so passionate. Nobody knows DC Comics more in this game, in this franchise right now, than The Rock himself. He talks about Superman having a weakness of magic. Yes, Superman has the weakness of kryptonite. But if you read the comics, and even they mentioned it in Smallville as well when the show was active, that one of Superman's greatest weaknesses is magic. So I do believe Superman will be in this movie. Now, I've heard rumours before, which I've posted on my videos here on YouTube before, about maybe a kind of an original Justice Society of America Superman being involved. I don't know if it's Cavill or it's a new version of Superman. But whatever he said in the part one of the video, I think that Superman is definitely going to be in this movie. I just think that this is really exciting, and I had to bring this video to you because I wouldn't be doing, I pride myself as being partly a DC channel, a passionate Superman and DC fan, DCEU, and if I wouldn't be doing my job properly if I didn't bring this video to you. So in conclusion, in talking about this, really, I'm just excited to have an actor like this who's going to been trying to get this film to be done for, as he says, nearly a decade. And without Walter Hamada, this film would not be happening, because he's been trying to get this to be done, as he said, for 10 years. He also talked about he's happier now that it's being done in this stage of his life because he thinks he's a different person. He's proud of the fact that this character starts off in slavery. So some interesting commentary to be made in this film. But ultimately, this is going to be a dark, compelling picture about a dark, compelling character. And I really can't wait to see this. And as I say, having The Rock already talking about this, because later this year, they start shooting this movie. This movie is released around November, December time, 2021, all being well. Obviously, there's going to be a backlog of movie releases, but very, very exciting. So now I'm going to go to the article on Heroic Hollywood, if I can find it. Where are we? I don't want to press pause. Oh, here we go. Dwayne the Johnson on Black Adam versus Superman may be down the road. So already, I've explained to you, you've listened to what he said, but already, right, and I know, I can tell you, this is so obvious that Humberto Gonzalez has wrote this, because this is what he does. No, it's by Sebastian Perez. Sorry, Humberto, but let's read this article. And Dwayne Johnson weighed in on the possibility of seeing Black Adam take on Superman in the future. After years of waiting, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam will begin production this summer. Of course, some fans are hoping to see Dwayne Johnson's incarnation of DC's anti-hero take on Superman, although that possibility remains uncertain, as Warner Brothers is reportedly shelving Man of Steel for the time being. Now, of course, this was something that was discussed 2 or 3 years ago. They're not shelving him anymore. But again, they take the expectations down. They're being negative. That's why I'm reading this article, to expose to you what these sites do. However, Dwayne Johnson offered fans a glimmer of hope during a lengthy Instagram video in which he delves into why he's excited to play Black Adam. At one point during the video, the topic of Black Adam and Superman showdown is raised, to which Dwayne Johnson simply says, maybe down the road. Again, I don't think this is going to be down the road in another movie. I think down the road in the marketing, as he clearly said, and I'm losing my voice here and I apologise, I think it's down the road in the marketing. They're not ready to reveal that or spoil that yet. They haven't even started filming yet. So there's a lot in this film, and I am very excited for it. And it's just the interview again, but absolutely fantastic. And as I say, one of the things that's very clear about what he said on the Instagram video is how much he loves Superman, how much he knows Superman. He mentions Superman multiple times. He's a big Superman fan. Years before, he was desperate to play Superman, and Warner Brothers wouldn't allow it. But his love for Superman, and as a Superman fan, anyone, especially someone high profile like The Rock, right, who just displays their love for the character, makes me appreciate and love that artist even more. So that's that. So now I want to read another article from, here we go, and this is about the casting of Catwoman in the Batman. The Batman, Elsa Gonzalez, was heartbroken when she lost the Catwoman role. Isaac Gonzalez has confirmed she auditioned to play Catwoman in The Batman. The Baby Driver star has been linked to the role of Selena Kyle as far back as June 2017 when she posted an Instagram story showing herself in a black catsuit and heels with caption, "The uniform lately?" A few months later, Suicide Squad director David S. started following her on Twitter, leading fans to speculate she was in the running to play Catwoman in Gotham City Sirens, DCEU spin-off which was still moving forward at the time. Famous fan artist Boss Logic even did up some artwork imagining what Gonzalez could look like in the role. In the 2 years since then, Gotham City Sirens has been put on indefinite hold and Matt Reeves has cast Zoe Kravitz to play Catwoman in this upcoming DCEU film, The Batman. Although Kravitz has since revealed she was ironically rejected from auditioning to play Selena Kyle in The Dark Knight Rises, there hasn't been a lot of talk about what other actresses tried out for the role in Reeves' movie. Now Gonzalez has confirmed she was one of them. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter to promote the Bloodshot movie which she co-stars in, Gonzalez revealed she not only auditioned to play Catwoman in The Batman, she even did a camera test for the role. She went on to admit she was understandably disappointed when she didn't snag the part. It's impossible not to do that, especially when you get so far down the line. It's part of why you're so far down the line, because you're living and dreaming the character. It is heartbreaking. It's always hard. You have to envision yourself in the role in order to see the role. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. When I started my career, I was more like that. I wouldn't get that far. So now I do, and I just go through the heartbreak afterwards. Despite losing out on the role of Catwoman, Gonzalez is doing pretty well professionally. In addition to her part in Bloodshot, she briefly appeared in both Alita Battle Angel and Fast and the Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw last year, and told the Hollywood Reporter she got Bloodshot led Vin Diesel's blessing to work on the Fast and the Furious spin-off, even though he was publicly feuding with star Dwayne Johnson at the time. Later this year, Gonzalez will also play one of the humans in the MonsterVerse sequel, Godzilla vs. Kong, and has already shot her scenes for a couple of movies that may or may reach theatres this year, depending on how the virus impacts the release schedule for the rest of 2020. So as heartbreaking as it no doubt was to miss out on playing a character as iconic as Catwoman, things are still looking good for Gonzalez. Of course, if Gonzalez had been cast as Catwoman in The Batman, she wouldn't even be filming right now. Reeves' DCU movie, like every other major Hollywood film that's been shooting recently, has been its production on hold because of the pandemic. Shooting on The Batman has been delayed, blah, blah, blah. So boring. That's boring. So I really want to talk about this because it's pretty obvious why Zoe Kravitz got the role instead of this actor, and I've already forgotten her name because I've never seen her in anything. Elsa Gonzalez, right, is a very, very good, critically acclaimed female actor. And Zoe Kravitz is Jason Momoa's stepdaughter, right? That's why she got the role. I'm not being horrible to Zoe, and I'm sure she's going to do a fabulous job. I have no issue with her being cast. But this is the nepotism that is in Hollywood, and the only reason she got the role is because of the influence of Jason Momoa. And this is something else why I'm convinced that the Batman is actually part of the DCEU. So you could see them playing off against each other one day. Who knows? Anything's possible. But I did want to read that article just to say it is heartbreaking for her because she knows why she didn't get it. Because she would have got it. If it wasn't for Zoe Kravitz getting it and the influence of Jason Momoa, her stepfather, she would have got that film. And that's utterly heartbreaking. But I want to know what you think. Comment down below. Are you excited about The Rock's excitement about Black Adam? How do you feel? He mentioned Superman a lot. Do you think Superman and Black Adam are going to do battle in the Black Adam movie? I think they are. I think Superman is involved in some form or another. So comment down below, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back with more DC and DCEU videos in the days to come. See you again soon.